Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have shopped my stash, so we are going to do a makeup look using products that are not new. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. I've already primed my face beforehand. I did use the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer, and this one is the one with gold flecks in it. And I just wanted to zoom you guys a little bit closer just so you see what's happening. And also my hair is messy because I just can't handle it right now. I'm so tempted to get a haircut again, but you know, it's in that awkward length. So for today, I decided to do my makeup and also talk to you about having to swap my lifestyle when it comes to makeup into more sustainable, more clean beauty, and also cruelty-free beauty. I did decide to exclusively do a no buy on makeup products, mainly because for a person that does not do makeup for a job and for a person that doesn't really play with colors and a lot of very creative avant-garde makeup online, I have an extensive makeup collection which is so unreasonable. And also, if I am going to be more conscious about the beauty products that I use, or if I'm going to be more conscious about sustainability, I have to start from within. So I have decided to not purchase any makeup and also do a project pan as well. I have gathered my first batch of makeup products that I really want to focus on project panning, so that will come up in the next video. But for today, I kind of just want to explain my reasoning and also to try to help people that are on the same page as me. I feel like the makeup right now is very overwhelmed. There's a lot of launches that we don't need, and there's a lot of things that are actually very wasteful. If you guys watch documentary on makeup, especially the channel on YouTube called Refinery 29, I think they did touch on how the beauty industry has got the most waste and has the most negative impact on the environment, and that got me thinking about the whole sustainability thing, because for one to be able to promote sustainability, they have to actually review themselves and start from within. So that's when I decided that I am just gonna use the products that I already have but not promote the brands that I have, because majority of the makeup products that I have were purchased mostly because of hype. At a time, everyone was using it, but it's not solely for the purpose of me trying to use the products for myself. It's more so for showing off, I guess, which is really bad. And also the fact that I'm one of the people that creates waste. It's unbearable. I do love the makeup that I have, but then as I dive deeper into more sustainable, more clean products, I started to look beyond that. I started to look more for the ethics that they have, how they operate as a brand, and also the impact that they have on the environment. I'm not gonna name any brands, but I feel like everyone knows this. So majority of the huge makeup brands, especially the ones that beauty influencers are kind of pushing and promoting, do test on animals, which is a thing in the beauty industry needs change. I feel like they need to push a bill where makeup brands can no longer use animals to ensure that their products are working, because at the end of the day, they have feelings too, you know, they need to live, they have families as well. We may not understand it in a human perspective, but just the thought of it, because imagine if that happens to humans, the amount of emotional distress that it can lead to is very negative. Packaging is the #1 cause of waste. We have to think about the resources that aren't gonna be renewed in maybe 100 years from now. At first, when I wanted to do a more clean beauty, non-toxic makeup, I was thinking of actually throwing the makeup that I already have, that I don't support, the brands that I don't like when it comes to their ethics and whatnot. But then come to think of it, I've already given them profit. I've already spent my money on them, so why would I torture myself by just throwing the products that I've already spent money on? It's just unethical, as well as it's not in line with being sustainable, because being sustainable doesn't necessarily mean that you use clean beauty products, but being sustainable is not creating more waste, trying to reuse what you already have, and also promote it and try to be more eco-conscious as much as possible. So I did research about project pen, and I did not realize that there's probably 15 different kinds of project penning. It depends on what works for you and what you're after. So upon researching, I found that the best project pen for me and my lifestyle would have to be the rollover pen. So rollover pen is when you finish a product, you replace it with the same product. So for example, I finished a certain foundation, so then I'm going to shop my stash and replace it with another foundation, etc, etc. So the thing that I'm most worried about mainly are foundations, concealers, and like anything that expires very quick, like cream products, mascaras and whatnot. So for mascara, I'm actually quite alright, because I do know that I go through mascara within 2 months if I'm using it every single day, because I like to pile on a lot of mascara, so that's no problem. Powder, I also use it quite frequently, specifically face powder, because I do have oily skin, so obviously I need to powder my face. The thing that I really need to work on are eyeshadow palettes, which I have a lot for a normal girl, as well as blushes, which I do not need. Now thinking about it, I have like 30, which is not ideal. Highlighters, which I tend to purchase quite a lot. I am going to just start off with the face since we're already here. So for blush, I am going to use the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Blush. This is such a good blush, and this is the one with Bretman Rock. So I'm going to use my foundation brush to just tone that down a little bit. And for highlighter today, I am going to use the highlighter from the Carnival XL Pro palette, and I'm going to be using this as my eyeshadow as well. So I'm going to mix Fair Play and Gold Luxe. In this project panning, I'm looking into hopefully finishing at least 2 foundations, 1 eyeshadow palette, which I doubt I will be able to finish, obviously a few lip products if I were to use it every single day, and as well as face powder, bronzer, that kind of thing. Obviously, with a lot of makeup launches that we don't have $1 billion to keep up with them, so I kind of took my step back and reviewed what I really need, what I need to purchase my money on, and also just financial situation. As I mature and grow, I start to think about where I want to spend my money on instead of purchasing makeup, because in reality, makeup is not really a necessity. It's more so a treat that people think is a necessity, because we're so accustomed to all these different types of people that are pushing and telling you that you have to have this, you have to have this, where in fact you don't. So I'm going to use the white shade in this Danessa Myricks primary color, because I'm thinking of using an orange eyeshadow. I really want the eyeshadow to pop, so I thought using a white base will make it come through, since I do have a dark what's it called, dark eyes. Actually, I'm going to dip into another makeup palette. This one I've only used once, and this is not cheap. So this is the MAC Art Library eyeshadow palette, and this one is in the shade, it's designer. So basically this is like the colorful shade that they have. So I'm going to dip in straight into that orange, because I really want to use orange. Slowly blend that, and mainly focus that on the outer V. I might add a little bit of yellow to amp it up a little bit, but for the most part this is the eyes. And I'm going to really pack on the orange. For some reason the orange doesn't really show up on my lids. It looks more like a red orange. And then I'm going to move on to the Carnival palette, and actually I might use a smaller brush for this one because I want it to be a little bit more precise, especially on the outer V's. I'm going to use this shade called Lit. Actually that is showing up a lot better. I'm still not convinced it's orange. It's really looking like red orange. And then I'm going to go back to the previous brush just to blend. And go back once more to the orange. Maybe I'll pop a little bit of that on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to cut the crease. We're gonna do a half cut crease. And then I am going to pack on this shade called Pillow Talk, which is just like a normal white shade. Maybe I'll do a precise set. And for the inner corner highlight, I am going to pick up the shade Fortune, which is a dark gold. I might actually lighten that up with the shade right here, which is that gold. Actually, we'll pick this one because it has a little bit more orange. I'll just quickly apply some eyeliner, mascara, and we're gonna move on to the lips. So here's what my eyes are looking like. I'm actually quite obsessed with this, even though I'm not a fan of how the orange turned out because I feel like it looked a little bit more of a red orange on my eyes, but she's pretty cute. So now we're gonna move on to the lips. I'm not gonna do like an extreme lip. I personally like nude lips, so I'm going to line my lips with MAC lip pencil in ochre. And then for lips, I am going to apply this Wet n Wild liquid catsuit. This is more of a gloss. Here is my makeup look. It's a lot toned down, but at the same time it's still colorful. The purpose of this video is to basically just tell you that I'm doing a no buy and also just trying to be mindful, and you're gonna see a lot of shop my stash. I do apologize in advance if the products that I'm going to be used in the future videos will be repetitive. It's just that I'm more so interested in playing with different makeup techniques and different looks as opposed to showing you new products, because one, we wanted to save money, and it's also 2020. Like, we have to be responsible on where we put our money, and also at the end of the day it's just makeup. Makeup is supposed to be there to make it more fun and to make you feel good as well, and also to ignite the creativity that you have in you. It's not supposed to be the hype, which is what's new, what's not new, etc., because I'm definitely a victim of that. And yeah, stay tuned for my next video where I will share with you the first batch of my project pan. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I didn't really talk a lot because it's hard for me to multitask and also share with you my thoughts. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.